terms of resources, it would be easy for me to say that I clearly did not have adequate resources to do my job well.
There's a struggle, I think, between the flexibility and an accountability. When I need to buy supplies for a lab, these days I have to fill out lots of paperwork and I have to make a purchase order and I have to wait for it to all come in. And once I've gone through all that, then sometimes the funding's not there to pay for it.
You look at schools where we're supposed to be shaping the minds of tomorrow, and teacher chairs may or may not have all their wheels. Desks are in many cases falling apart. I went and bought my own desk at school because there wasn't one on campus that was available.
Purchasing resources and we're making decisions to support student learning, we have to make sure that we're supporting the demographic and the learning styles of those students that are in our buildings.
Teachers, in my opinion, should have the first level of conversation about how to use the funds, because they're on the front lines. They are working directly with the students on a daily basis.
Some of the decisions that are passed down to us as teachers from on high, as we say, is oftentimes very distant from the kid that's sitting in your room.
I believe that I can provide for my kids, and I know what resources I want to find, because I know what experience I want these particular group of kids to have that come in my class.
I definitely think that teachers need to have a voice in the decision-making that is happening. To be able to bring a teacher voice, more teacher voices in from across the state would definitely make teaching better, it would make classrooms better, it would make equitable access to education better.
It says that you value me as a professional and you respect what I'm doing as a professional.
I am given a lot of leeway when it comes to deciding which resources are the best for my kids. And what I love about that autonomy is that it's not me in my four walls by myself doing whatever I want, but it's me being allowed to innovate and choose the best resources, the best strategies to help my students learn. I don't know that every teacher in every subject area has that level of autonomy, but it's one of the things that makes me keep coming back every day.
In my district, we don't want for resources, and that seems like a paradox because we're rural. We're a very poor county. My leadership in my county has really made that happen for us so that we can feel supported and feel like we are doing the best job that we can for our students despite where they come from, despite their background, despite their socioeconomic position in the community. And I know that that's not similar in other places in the state.
Coming from Durham and coming from an urban setting, in two separate urban settings, the resources were limited in terms of what the students had. In Chapel Hill, Carborough City Schools, the resources are a little bit more evenly distributed, and there seems to be more resources now. It's somewhat frustrating because when you go into other school districts or other school settings, there's not that type of support there. And so those students are sometimes not getting those extra things. And sometimes it's just the little resources like hand sanitizer and pencils and markers, but those are the things that students actually need to succeed. It's like there's some sort of secret that you don't know about. And you're looking inside somebody else's classroom and they have all of these things, but you have none of that. When I see the disparity in education across districts, across the state of North Carolina, it makes me feel that all students are not valued. And then the educators that teach those students are not valued as well.
I made it work. Resources aren't going to inhibit me to be the best I can be. I think we absolutely need the minimum resources to do our jobs well. But we can never use that as an excuse at the same time to not do our jobs well. If it's chicken wire and duct tape, we're going to use it, and we're going to use it to the best advantage so that our students are going to be successful and can compete head to head with any school in the country.